Up, everybody? Thanks for tuning back in to my point of view. I appreciate everybody that's continuing to rock with me. Anybody new here, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Now, today I want to touch on being easy to work with. A lot of people don't understand the way you conduct yourself with people and around people. It goes a long way when it comes to business and making money. I have a lot of people in my life who I just can't mesh with business-wise. Good friends, good colleagues, and everything of that nature, but when it comes to business, they're too complicated to work with. I had a colleague of mine. We had a lot of business ventures and stuff we started together, but we could never mesh. Eventually, everything we did had to get torn down. We had to go our separate ways. We lost a lot of money, so on and so forth. And that's because he's so hard to work with. I see a lot of people in my inner circle who, like, I wouldn't put you in certain rooms with certain people because I know you're not the best to work with, or you're not the easiest to work with, and I don't have time for that type of confrontation, especially attached to my name. So I can't recommend you for certain jobs. Imagine you doing construction work on homes, and I got a person that really needs you to come do a roof. I can't even recommend you because every time I turn around, you getting into it with somebody, or it's a problem with some money, or whatever the case is. You're just hard to work with. I can't work with you because you're hard to work with. So you get voted out a lot. It's a lot of people who I thought about doing a business venture with, or we could have benefited each other in some way, but I was like, nope, because I don't feel like getting into it with this person. Or I just know how they move, and they don't like to listen to counsel. They think they know everything. They're too argumentative. Things of that nature will X you out of a lot of opportunities. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that. You can't just go through life saying, well, that's just how I am. No, that's not how the world works. If I don't see myself meshing with you, I can't do anything with you. Not saying we can't be, cordial or even acquaintances, but I can't do business with you because business is a day-to-day thing. I don't have to talk to acquaintances every day. We don't have nothing to get into it about because there's not really too many things we have to talk about outside of like general conversation. Other than that, there's no importance in the conversation. I can't go into business with somebody who can't take counsel, who can't take constructive criticism, who I can't go say, hey, you need to step it up without hearing an argument, or at least trying to hear why I'm saying that. What's my reasoning behind it? That would X you out a lot. I know a lot of people who would be a lot further in life if they knew how to work with. That's one thing I pride myself on. I'm real stern and I'm definitely a leader, but I'm also always open to constructive criticism. I'm always open to counsel. And I'm not too headstrong to fall back and understand I don't need to play every role. Some things certain people just better at than me. I've had partners where I said, you know what? You're a lot more patient than I am in this area. So when you say certain things, I listen because I know I can be impulsive in certain areas. I'm man enough to admit that this is not my strong suit. I would have fucked everything up if it was up to me because I would have been said, hell yeah, go get that or do this and do that. And I would have been wrong. It's point blank simple. I would have been wrong. I know this. I know that about myself. And that's not what, it's still case by case. Everything's not the same. But in that situation, that's what I took from it. That's what I noticed. You have to be able to give yourself constructive criticism. You have to be able to call yourself out on your BS. And at the same time, you got to be able to take it from somebody else, especially if you're a business partner with them. Business partners disagree all the time. You have to know conflict resolution to be in business with someone else. It's just like playing sports. You can't be on a sports team and not be able to work as a team. That doesn't make sense. How you gonna play on a football team and you don't want to listen to the quarterback? You don't want to listen to the coach. You think you know everything. You running plays on your own. That's not gonna work. A lot of people are like that when it comes to business, and a lot of people are like that when it comes to life in general. But I'm just speaking on business, the business aspect of it, because that's the most important part. You will get X'd out of rooms before you're even in the room because you're too hard to work with. Nobody wants to vouch for the person that's too hard to work with, and nobody wants to work with them either. Like I said, I have a lot of friends and family members who I can't do business with just because it's too difficult to work with them, and I don't feel like arguing with somebody every day who wants to argue. Especially if you know the person just arguing just to argue. They're not listening to learn, they're listening to respond. I don't like people like that. So I just stay away from them. Not totally, but money-wise, yeah, I got to stay away from you. A lot of y'all got to learn how to do that. A lot of y'all got to learn how to be coachable. It's just that simple. You have to be easy to work with if you want to make it in life. How do you plan? Like, I just don't. It's just certain things I feel like you gotta have people skills. Why do you think you can go through life with no people skills? I don't understand that from people. How did you think you were going to go through life and not be social? That doesn't make sense. You can never get in a higher up position in any corporate place and not be social. You have to be able to talk. You have to be able to go in any room and fit in. You have to be a chameleon out here. You need to learn how to be laid back and go with the flow, but assertive when you need to be. Because that's what a leader is. A leader not running around trying to tell people what to do all day. It just naturally comes to them. But at the same time, a leader also knows how to fall back and give his team a chance to be leaders themselves. Because that's what leaders are supposed to train other leaders. You're not supposed to be the one doing everything forever. You're supposed to get the right team around you, train them up to where you can kind of step back and they can handle it. That's how a real leader thinks. I don't want to be the one running around all day. I want to be able to sit back and make videos while you run around every day. But you were able to run around because I showed you how to manage everything we needed to do. Because that's what a real leader does. You can't call yourself a leader if you don't know how to follow. And you can't call yourself a leader if you're not a team player. Because a leader needs a team to lead. Nobody wants to be under you because you're too difficult. You're too argumentative. You think you know everything. Who wants to deal with that? Nobody, man. So tighten up and learn how to be more social. Learn how to take constructive criticism and learn how to be a true leader. And learn how to be easy to work with. Because that'll take you real far. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank everybody for giving my videos a chance. Please watch other videos on my channel. I actually have a lot of good content. And I think a lot of people would like it. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. I'm out.